Okay, we're starting live. We are live on Facebook, and I always start my interview by saying, "Wait, my Facebook is loading, and it'll just start speaking. I have to mute that, and then only we can start." And it's loaded, and it's just start. One second. Yeah, see, that happens to me. I will learn that. Everybody, thank you so much for every single thing that all of you've done to support me. I'm absolutely becoming totally speechless. Every single day I wake up and I'm only getting more and more alive, and I can't even I don't know what to say. But what's happening right now already, I had a whole night on and I was feeling a little groggy, and I was like, okay, let's start the interview. And suddenly I met these women again, and whatever conversation we were just having, it's already lighting me up. Imagine 100 of them together on one Zoom call on 8th of November when we finish 100 days with 100 women in the book. So welcome everybody. We have 5 amazing women here, and I just this is going to be very special, and I want to welcome each one of them: Kara, Makarun, Debbie, Kavita, Melanie, Francis. I really love you guys already. Like, I'm absolutely thrilled to celebrate this thing with all of you, because I also have my worthy bond with from Kara, and because this moment is my first flag. We're just standing and we are waving that we've done it. The next flag is coming, and from this again there'll be a 25 moms, and then we'll do it. And I'm getting goosebumps already. I always do that. I keep getting that. So welcome everybody. I'm going to first let everybody introduce themselves, and no biodatas, only stories from them, because these women have lived such awesome stories, and the way they say it, nobody can. Kara, let's start from you. In my screen, you're on top. So let's start with you and go ahead and introduce yourself.
So thank you, Shika. And first of all, I'm already holding in the tears. So because everything you just said is so beautiful, and I love you, and I'm so blessed to be your friend and your coach and fellow mom and entrepreneur and, mission driven woman. So thank you for having me. My name is Kara McCarran. I'm a feminine energy business coach. And essentially that just means that I help women go from their head into their hearts to create the business that they really want to have, to be mission driven and have some impact. I really believe that until we get into our hearts, the world's not going to change. And everybody's in their head right now, and we need to get out of our heads and start making decisions from the heart. So thank you for having me. I'm really excited. I know I'm in a room full of incredible women, and I'm excited to get going. So thank you.
Debbie, let's go next.
Well, that was awesome, Kara. So I'm an empowerment coach. I always struggle with what to call myself, but that's what I came up with, because I'm all about empowering you to really recognize all that greatness that you have within you, and then help you take it out to the world. And I very much, like Kara, believe that we are here to really step up, whether that's feminine or just in general. All of us are being asked to really step into our gifts right now, and then shine and take others with you. I'm all about the ripple effect of one person can ripple out and touch 10, and they can touch 10, and wow, look at the world change. So really, I feel like I'm in the presence of a whole bunch of world changers, and that makes me extremely happy.
We're blessed to have you, Debbie. We're so blessed to have you. And thank you for putting all your energy everywhere, and just believing in it when it just started, and going all in, and introducing me to some amazing people, and saying that, hey, just stop, just meet this girl. That's what she does. Like, she just calls me and she's like, just stop, just meet her for 1 second. And then she just puts me like that. And I keep saying that she has a very motherly thing, and she just drags me ahead, and she's like, now go on, go on. And then she's crying behind because I'm speaking, and she's tears in her eyes. I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you. So thank you, Debbie, for that. And we have Kavita next, Kavita, introduce yourself and I'll speak about you. I'm going to tag some people while in the chat. Yes.
Okay.
Kavita, you're muted. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kavita Gadla, and I'm from Bangalore, India. I'm just so excited to be with all you super women. I mean, you guys are making such a huge, huge difference to the world that you live in. And the work that I do right now is bringing those stories uh, to the forefront. Each of us has lived a beautiful story, but sometimes we don't give that story any power to come out. We think it's no big deal, it's nothing. People have done bigger things than me. And for me, I want to find those people whose stories can be inspirational, motivational, who can, which can get somebody else to say, I'm going to step up to the plate and do something more. And that's what I'm doing right now. And all of you have given me a name, storyteller. I've never been called that. And I'm so excited to have a new tag to my
Oh, yes.
name. Thank you so much. And Shika and I met through another friend from this group, Kirtana. And from the moment I spoke to her, we didn't even speak before the interview. And we had this kind of heart connection. And I don't know, somewhere during the interview, we said we'll do big things together. We never thought that it would be this. And Shika, thank you so much for including me in this movement. As you know, both my kids have left the coop right now, and I now know the real meaning, the depth of what it is to be a mother. So I'm so excited to be here.
Yep, and
Thank you.
absolutely pleasure knowing you, Kavita. I've just known you for 2, 3 months, but I totally admire the way you show up. And this whole project is about showing up, and that's why I interviewed as my third mom. And the way you are showing up, in spite of so much happening, you show up, and you don't show up by saying, "Okay, I'm showing up." You show up so beautifully. You show up to inspire. You show up to shine, and that's why I thought when I started the book, I was like, Kavita has to be in this book because of the way she shows up. And I told you, right now you've been called a storyteller. I was just telling you 2 days back, Kavita, get up. It's okay. He's gone. He's going to be back soon. But come join this because this is going to uplift you. And that's what's happening. You're a storyteller just in 2 days. Imagine. I think it's going to multiply. This is going to just keep going for you with these 100 moms. And Kavita is also one of our pillars. Debbie is one of our pillars. Francis is one of our pillars. They're taking charge of five moms every 25 months to make sure they come to the point where we need their portraits, because that's the real work. This is all introduction. The real work is those portraits that are going to come out. So thank you, Kavita. Melanie, again, somebody I really, really love. Like, Melanie, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi,
I'm just tagging people. Yeah.
I'm Melanie Hibbe, and I am a parent empowerment coach and mindfulness practitioner. And I am very much on a mission to transform a generation of sowing the seeds of success within us as parents and within our children. So that's very much what I'm focused on doing, and with this movement as certainly empowering us all to show up as mums and be that positive energy for ourselves and for our children. So it's very much in line with what it is that I actually do. So I've been working in schools for like 20 years, working with parents, children, families, and so forth, sowing those seeds of success, building resilience, confidence, self-esteem, showing them that they have everything that they need within them if they believe that they can do it. So the main focus is about belief and using mindfulness practices to help to tap into ourselves as parents, tap into ourselves and tap into our children so that they can discover the greatness that we all have within us. And this is what I really love about this movement, because in showing up as mums, we are discovering our greatness even more. And it's going to be put forward in this amazing book that you're doing, Shika. So I am very, very pleased to be a part of this movement. And I'm also honored to become a pillar for this movement as well, because it's certainly just amazing. We are transforming both moms everywhere around the world, and that transformation will be impacted on our children because they're going to see it. They will follow us, and it is amazing. So I'm really inspired to be here. So thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. And I must tell about Melanie that we and her had a 6-week session with our self-portrait, and what a star. She's always a star, and I kept on telling her, but if you go on her profile, you will see Melanie like shining like she just celebrated her 50th birthday. I interviewed her on her 50th birthday, and we had decided that 6 weeks she will, like, that's the only thing that was stopping her. And 6 weeks she said, that's it, on my 50th birthday, my interview, and you will see the pictures. And she is shining so much. But more than that, she's added such a few things in my life, and me being a mom is so important. I'm probably called obsessed mother or whatever. But I was sitting, and this is a very beautiful incident. And why I'm saying this is because this is what I'm also talking about, the ripple effect, and I must share this if people have missed this. So I was having my session, and like we're just going on, and my son, as usual, has a habit of tapping, and he comes and taps, and he says, "I have something to show." So I was like, "Fine, Melanie, he wants to show you something." And then he starts showing these Godzillas and dinosaurs, which are all like in black and white sketches, and he's a beautiful artist. At the age of 8, he's just doing amazing. And he showed some characters, and she was trying to guess what it is. And then he just went, and then I said, I don't know why he always does black and white drawings, and I'm trying to get color in his life. I wonder why he's just not using color. And he's a beautiful artist. I don't know why he doesn't use color. And Manny's like, "Really, you don't know?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know why he does that." He's like, "There's somebody else who loves black and white." I'm like, "Who?" And she's like, "You." I mean, there's somebody like sitting here who just loves black and white photography, and suddenly there was an aha moment for me, like, "Oh yeah!" Like, people ask the same question to me, "Why don't you shoot color?" And I always keep telling them, "I just love black and white." She's like, "That's what he's learned from you, and that's what he's doing." Just to confirm that, I was like, "I think Melanie's right, but still I need to confirm it." And I went out and I started coloring with him, and that was again in grays. But Rohit, I just winked at him. I was like, just like, so I said, Rohit's like, "Wow, beautiful. See, your mom has such colorful photography, and you have such colorful drawings." And he turns like, "No, she doesn't. See, that's black and white, that's black and white, that's black and white, that's black and white. Everything was black and white in my living room." So Melanie made me realize that the ripple effect comes like this. And that even made my mission even more, that, the whole thing that, what our self-image will go to our children. And that's why I'm trying to also protect through this thing, that I'm not nice, I'm not okay, I'm not okay, I'm not okay. It passes on. I'm not nice, I'm not okay, I'm not on. So the memories which camera was supposed to bring is, it's all about image building, or looking nice, doing something. I see my niece who's 11 years old right now, who's also, "Nah, don't take that picture of mine. I like, just don't do that." So I think it's that I'm trying to break now, because photography is such a beautiful thing. Like, it's memories. If we are fat, we can sit and laugh about it. If there's oil in our hair, we can sit celebrate that. "Oh my God, that day, did you remember there was so much oil in my hair?" And so that memory part is missing. And then Melanie made me realize that that thing I was talking was also happening to me, and the ripple effect does come to our children. So thanks, Melanie, for this, and I really wanted to share this. Francis, your turn. Francis, then I'll speak about you once you introduce yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Frances Rudd, and I'm a family coach. And Shika, when you were talking about the going on with your beliefs and stuff, or what we believe is our children are seeing and things, that's my what I want to do as far as my family coaching is work with families on those limiting beliefs. Let them know that your limiting beliefs are stopping you in some ways from becoming that parent that you want to be. And sometimes with those limiting beliefs, it's giving yourself grace and knowing that you're okay. And that's what I really want to push. And with my background, I became a parent late in life. I adopted at the age of 47. And I'd worked 29 years with families, and I thought, "Oh, I've got this." Wrong. So, but it was really, a awakening moment for me that what I say is that parenting is a job, and sometimes it's stressful and sometimes it's fun, and everybody approaches it differently. But at the end, we all love our children, and that's what we need to focus on. The fact that we love our children, it may look different, but I'm not here to judge anybody, but I want to help them with those limiting beliefs so that they can, have a less stressful parenting experience. And this is one of the things about being with this group of women, is it's so humbling because you guys are so amazing. When I listen to the interviews with other women too that you're doing, I'm like, "Oh my God, I learn so much each time." And it's just great. So yeah, I am so blessed to be here.
And Francis, should I like go on and on about you, because I can, because of what I found in you, in the support. There was one day Francis was missing in the chat, And my eyes kept on going on the side, and I kept on looking on the side, and I'm like, where is Frances? Where is she? Like, because she is one person, no matter what time I go on live with interviews, she is right there. And she knows, and the minute she comes up, I'm like, hey, Frances is there, she's saying hi to me. And then I feel that I'm not doing it alone. And honestly, this is the first time I'm saying this to you, Frances. I feel I'm doing it with you as well all the time, because I miss you in the chats. And that's what I was wondering, who's going to be in the chat today? Frances is inside the room. Who's going to be coming and lighting up the chat and talking about things? Debbie's in the room. Debbie has 100 chats. Kavita is in the room. These people, Melanie, all of you are just chatting when the conversations are going on. But all of you in the room, and in the middle, if I'm looking here and there, just don't mind, because I'm trying to tag people, because all of you deserve everybody to wake up right now, listen to all of you. So Frances, totally love you for who you are first. Thank you for being you. And I know sometimes I keep pushing Frances, like, why me? Why are you doing this to me? But I know that I met you through Kara for a reason, and I'm joining hands with you to move forward. This is going to be big for you as well, Frances. And I really wish that for you. This is amazing. And so, Kavita, just to tell you that Frances was crying for a sleepover. Your children have left for studying. Frances was just crying because her son just went for a sleepover for the first time. So Frances, a lot of more tears coming for us to keep missing them when they start leaving at different places. So let's I wanted to start a fun thing, and I wanted to start with the rapid fire round, because I wanted to have fun, because I am going to be putting this on YouTube. These 3 days of celebration is going to get shared a lot, because a lot of people are still not on Facebook. A lot of people are saying give us YouTube links, some on LinkedIn, some on our different platforms. So we're going to keep sharing these links on YouTube. So this has to be an exciting 5 moms. We're going to make it a little exciting. So I am going to just do a rapid fire, and the first 2-3 questions I will just take names, and you just have to keep saying. So I might take a question, 2-3 names, or a question, all 5 of you. So I'm just going to talk about some things, and then I'll say all 5, and then I'll just keep pointing. I can't point, but because I think you can see me, but you don't know. I'll take your names, and we will start this rapid fire. So are you guys ready?
Yes.
Rapid
Yes.
fire.
Born
Yes?
ready.
We might need a
Excited.
glass of wine
Already.
but it's okay.
Oh, yeah. Kara is having it.
Yep.
So,
No shame.
all right. This is celebration time, Kara. You are really celebrating it. Okay.
I missed that memo, but that's okay.
All
I came
right.
with tea.
So, rapid fire round. Okay, this is for all 5. We start, I'm just telling you the sequence. Every time the sequence is Kara, Debbie, Kavita, Melanie, Frances. If I say all 5, it's Kara, Debbie, Kavita, Melanie, Frances. No time to think. It's a rapid fire. You have to just say the word, whatever comes into your mind. And that's the first word. And maybe it teaches all of us something, but it's the first word that comes into your mind. Okay. First word, mom. Kara, come on, start. All 5 of you. Mom.
Hard.
Debbie.
Loving.
Kavita.
Unconditional.
Melanie.
Nurturer.
Frances.
Surprising.
Oh, wow. Surprising. Surprising. Lovely. Photos. Kara, all 5 of you, come on.
Scary.
Scary. Debbie.
Mhm.
Discovery.
Kavita.
I just love them.
Melanie.
Memories.
Frances.
I'm gonna have to go with scary. First thing that came in my mind was scary too. Also,
Yeah, I feel like we're giving, you guys are giving the Hallmark version of the mom. I say hard. Everyone's like blissful. Come on, let's be honest, people.
Okay.
I love it too, but it's hard sometimes.
Yeah. Everybody has a different way of loving it. So, acknowledged. What is acknowledged? The word acknowledged, first word that comes into your mind. Kara, all 5 of you.
Love.
Debbie.
Validated.
Kavita.
Love.
Melanie.
Validated.
And Frances.
self.
Self-knowledge. Whoa. Okay, here this is for Kara. This question goes for you. It's not a rapid, it's a rapid fire in the sense, whatever first thing comes into your mind, say that. Because I'm trying to make this very spontaneous, and everybody should know that this is happening in real time. So, what if moms never felt they were not worthy? They were worthy. What if moms felt they were worthy? Every mom on this planet felt they were worthy, what are the 2 lines that you would like to say to that? What comes to your mind? What will happen to this world?
The whole world would open up and everybody would feel loved always.
Yeah.
End of story.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Kavita, showing up. Showing up. What if every mom started showing up?
I think if every mom started showing up, their children would learn a huge lesson that no matter what happens in life, you show up. And that's a lesson that we need to give all our children. Life goes on. That's it.
Debbie, what is that one picture you would like to still take if I'd sent you back uh, as a mom, not as a grandmom? You're taking a lot of pictures as a grandmom now, but as a mom, you always want to. What is that one picture you really thought you should have taken and you didn't? What is that one picture?
If I could do it all over again, as knowing what I know, I would do a self-portrait of me breastfeeding both babies. And they're both boys and they wouldn't want to hear that right now, but that's what I would have.
Definitely.
Oh, that gave me goosebumps. I mean, like what a miss, like, you know, like that's what I keep saying, that in the picture when we don't take this and when we are here and then and like you want to just like revisit it even once, it's there, but if you want to revisit it with your children sitting, like the picture can do that. Your stories can, your showing up can, but pictures can do it even like beautiful, Debbie. Like I better do that with my second one. Like the first one I did, the second one I was just like, forget it, he's already 2, but I should do that. Yeah, and both are boys as well. Francis, um, if I gave you 5 mothers to work with right now, what are you going to teach them?
I would teach them that they are worthy and that they with self-care, it's not selfish to put yourself first and to take care of yourself first. That's not selfishness, that's survival, and that's necessity.
Beautiful. Yes, and that's what we are trying to encourage all moms to this book.
Mhm.
And thanks for that, Francis. Melanie, you know where my question is going to come for you. What if a child came and said to you that I don't like to take my pictures. I don't want any pictures. I have no idea why people trouble me taking these pictures all the time behind me. What will you tell that child?
I would get them to look at the things that they love about themselves, and I would get them to look in the mirror and point those things out, to like, look how beautiful or how gorgeous this is. What about this? What about that? What about this element? What about that? And this is something that we have to do as parents. This is what I had to do for myself to begin to take these pictures. It's like focus on what I loved. And because our eyes are automatically drawn to what we don't like, you know, that's the first thing. We have this negativity bias in all of us, you know, so it's about building their self-esteem, building our self-esteem. So it would be very much of like, okay, this is nice, this is nice, this is nice. Let's capture this part, let's capture this bit, let's look at this bit. And then overall, let's get the whole thing and build it up. It's over time that it happens, you know, but we would get there because we would start pointing out the positive and start sowing those seeds of positivity. What looks great, what is fantastic, what's brilliant about us. Let's capture you doing something that you love and enjoy. So the focus is not on you, but what you're doing. It's all of those kind of things that I would be talking about to them. Sowing that seed of confidence and raising that self-esteem. Yeah.
Thanks, Melanie. That's beautiful. And thank you so much. This rapid fire round was amazing. It was spontaneous. It was lovely. And I want to end it by again going to all 5 of you. All of you, if you close your eyes and you had all your kids in your arms right now, what is that first word that comes into your mind? Just like the first word. Karas, we'll start from
Love. Just
Debbie.
total absolute love.
Yeah, unconditional love.
Kavita.
I just miss them right now. So
Oh, mama.
Oh,
Melanie.
mine was just like, oh, but that sound you make when you hold them in your arms, it is love. It is love, but it's like, oh, I miss my baby too. You know, she's in England and I haven't seen her for months now. So I understand your pain. You know, it's been a while. So for me to hold her in my arms again would just be amazing. And yeah, it's just love. Just love.
And mine would be joy. Yeah, definitely joy.
Oh, so that's why this project is getting the pulse. Can you see wherever the pulses? The last one came spontaneously to me. I had not written it in my book because while I was talking to all of you, I just saw you all hugging your children and just closing your eyes. I saw this image of mountains behind, and you all are standing there, and you all are hugging your kids, and you just like. So I wanted to know your words. I just had this image of all of you doing that, and that's why this project is becoming so intense for me because and my interviews, because like every time I'm like being sent a message to say that, okay, ask this now, and this was for all the moms who are going to see it, all the moms who will see the replays, all the moms who are going to see this. Imagine yourself with that one day we're just like not telling them, do this, do that, come on, life is like this, come on, you don't understand, cheer up. Nothing, just you and your hug and a beautiful background and landscape, and they in your arms, no matter what age they are. I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it. That scene is worth it. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I'm going to just go on to ask more questions. And this is serious stuff, a little serious stuff for some time because of the self-portrait movement. And I have these questions, and you all can raise your hands as a panel discussion here. Say when I ask these questions, uh, you know, why is shining becoming a problem? Why is shining becoming a problem for many people, but especially for moms? Like a lot of moms are shining, but shining is associated with some kind of like the minute you know that you are trying to do something to shine, why are we turning around? Why are we under the quilts? And Kara, you can start saying that. I mean, why is it happening? Then next, Melanie.
Yeah, I think so when you said it, when you just said it out loud in that moment, what came to me was like a lot of times, I think not a lot of times, I feel like every time we forget that I was Kara before I was mom, right? And I think our kids don't, they're totally unconscious to that fact, right? They don't realize that I was Kara. I was this whole person before I was mom. And I think we get we succumb to that, and so it becomes where we're secondary and we don't want to shine, and women in particular have a hard time shining. And I think a big part of that is the feminine energy. I think that's lost. We're always in, let's get shit done mode. We're always like hunter, 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 and I think shining comes with the feminine. But I think it's just there's such a negative association with using your voice and speaking and saying what you think and feel and all those things from decades of being told to be quiet, decades of being told that we're too much or we're not enough or all the things. And I think it feels to me deeply in my soul, and Shika, I close my eyes all the time when I talk because I'm feeling what I'm saying, but it feels like we are, as this group of mothers, are coming to this place where we're actually honest and we really are supporting each other, and not just I want to see her win and I want to see her shine. Like it feels in my bones like we're actually doing it now. It's not just talking. We're not just saying, oh, this, I can prop your crown up and all that crap. Like that's garbage. But it feels like there's this thing where we're all collectively coming together to say, listen, it's time for us to shine. It's time for us to speak up. It's time for us to lean into our feminine divinity. It's time for us to show up for the kids in this way, not just in pointing our finger and telling them what. It's in teaching our women and our boys and girls about how to be connected to intuition, connected to heart, connected to all those things. But I think it was just societal for a long, long time, just to keep us quiet for whatever reason. We could talk about that all day. But I think just the movement that you're in right now, it's like, it feels like we're all collectively saying, Kate, it's our time. And nobody's shy about it anymore. And it's not lip service. It's real. It feels real this time. So yeah, I don't know. Melanie, if you want to add to it. I don't want to take up all the
And it's
time.
just, if you see me doing something, I'm trying to comment on the side, so I'm listening, but just letting everybody know that
Okay,
I'm
well,
listening.
it's just
But I'm
started
doing my work.
raining here.
Oh,
Okay,
lovely.
so it's just started raining here, so I'm hoping that you're not getting too much background
Yeah,
noise
nothing,
because I'm
nothing,
outside.
nothing is coming.
Okay, so that's cool. So in terms of women or mothers showing up and why it's difficult to show up is very much going on what Cara was saying, is that, you know, we have the tendency to feel that we have to do it all and look after everybody, everything, whether it's when we're working, raising our children, looking after the home, making sure everything is running and so forth. So we tend to take that back seat because all of these other things are going on and stuff. So we forget about ourselves. We forget that self-care is needed. We forget that we was that whole person before we became parents. You know, we forget that we did all of these things before we became parents. And suddenly, once we became parents, all the focus goes on our children and on our families and all of those kind of things. And so it's quite a mental shift that we have to go through as a parent to say, okay, we're going to show up for ourselves. But we also forget that, you know, we need to show up for ourselves because we can't pour from an empty cup. You know, we're no good to nobody if we're depleted, you know, and that whole analogy of putting your oxygen mask on first. I remember when I first got on the plane and they used to say that, you know, put your oxygen mask on before your daughters. And I used to be like, are you crazy? You know, why would I do that? I'm looking after my child first, you know. And then once you actually understand the psychology of that, you know, it's like there's no reason, if you've put the oxygen mask on your child and you haven't done for you, once you're dead, who's looking after your child? You know, it's that kind of element, you know, who is that? So you have to look after yourself. And I think, you know, we're so used to taking that back seat as mothers, as parents in regards to what we're doing. So showing up is a tricky thing to do, or a more difficult thing to do, because we're so used to not doing it. And even more so now that we're moving into this virtual world and we have to show up on camera and on photos and in things like that, it's even more challenging, you know, to be able to say, okay, this is about me and that I'm putting myself first and doing what I need to do first. So like I said, it is a mindset shift that needs to happen, and appreciation for us as parents, you know, to remember who we are first and foremost, who we are as a person, so that we are able to show up in that positive way for ourselves as well as for our children. So, yeah.
Can I just add some?
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
Please.
like, and I think one of the things, I love that, Melanie, because I think one of the things that's missing is that women, or parents, but mothers in particular, we're afraid to have these conversations with our kids and say, like, mine are much older. I have 4 daughters from the age of 12 all the way up to 33. And the 3 adult children are they're all comfortable with it. But excuse me, I will say, I need space, I need time, and I don't feel a way about it. Because I know and you were talking about the oxygen mask, like literally our bodies will start to shut down. We'll get cancers, we'll get all these illnesses if we're not, I mean, my mother-in-law died really for that reason. But it's like, we're uncomfortable to say to the kid, hey, listen, like my children now will say, text me and say, can you hold space for me right now? And sometimes the answer is no. And sometimes that's okay. Then they can go, there's 4 of them. They can figure that shit out together. But like, we have to get comfortable as mothers, not just saying, put the oxygen, but saying to the child, even if they're little, look at them in the face and say, listen, I want to show up for you, but I need this much time right now. And zero guilt, because guilt is such a useless emotion. But it's important for women, I think, to not only acknowledge that taking the oxygen first is important, but actually having an open conversation with your daughter, your son, and just say, listen, this is what I need to show up for you long term. And that's okay. And, you know, sometimes they'll get annoyed, whatever, but I think there's strength in that too. So I love that you brought the oxygen reference up, because it's true, right? It's like, why would I give that why wouldn't I give it to her first? Because you're gonna die like if you don't. So I'm no rocket science, but that shit doesn't seem right. So maybe I'm gonna take it first.
Yeah.
So
What if you're dead? How will you take it? Like, that was a
Well,
good one.
like I said, it's like when I first experienced that on the plane, I did actually question it. I thought, what are you talking about? And this is when my baby was young at the time as well, so this is before I'd even begun my self-development journey, and wasn't aware of that, because it's all about my little girl. It's like, what are you talking about? She's come first. What do you mean? Everything is about her, and it took a minute to understand the psychology behind it. And I was like, you know what? That is right. We have to put on our oxygen mask first. We have to make sure that we are in a good place. Our cup is full, so that we are able to help and support others and so forth. So we are not depleted. And I think that's happening so much right now, especially in this time of stress and anxiety and all of that, and making sure, trying to juggle all that's going on with these world changes and things. I think our parents has even dropped back, at our mothers have dropped back even further, trying to sustain a level of normality in this crazy times. Do you know what I mean? In that sense. So yeah.
And then you teach the kids the same thing, right?
Sorry. Of course.
So I'm saying I have the youngest kids here. I think my younger one is 2, turning 2 and 7. And it's absolutely crazy because between, like, he was born when COVID hit. He was 4 months old. And I don't know what hit me, because my older one, I was used to him going to school for 7 hours. I have to wean him off me now once COVID goes, because it's been 2 years. So I'll have to wean 2 boys off, one off breast milk and the other off me, because if the school doesn't go on for it's the second year they're online, and if they don't go to school, I don't know how will I be. Like, I've been telling the principal, I said this weaning off to the older one is going to be so much more difficult, because you are going to be standing there telling him wear the mask, do this, because the world he was in school and what he's going to go now in is totally different. So the preparation that I have to mentally keep making, and the reason I'm very close to school now, it's just 10 minutes away, is because I don't want him to go into the school bus, because in school bus they had these plans where they said distance, you have to be sitting on distance, and this, we have to maintain it, there'll be temperature check, there'll be everything. And I'm like, if my boy has to go to that, take 45 minutes ride with the teacher telling him wear the mask, don't talk, don't do that. Like, look at that world that's coming for these younger ones. It's just unbelievable. And then the school itself is going to make groups of 5. You can't talk to other group because only this group, so that if there's COVID, then we can coordinate in the whole group. So I'm just questioning what's happening for these younger ones. So for me, it's like, as a mother during this COVID time, it's very scary, and that's why I'm turning up even more, because it's getting so scary for young moms, moms whose kids are very young. My younger one is not social at all, because he keeps wondering who these kids are, his age group, his height, because I keep making him interact. The interaction is gone. And that's why mothers, like, this project is becoming very close to me, because it's helping me also heal, and it's helping me to keep saying, even if this is happening, even if your kids, like, is scary for you're going to bring for your young kids in the coming future, even if it's overwhelming, then I don't know what my child has to hear when he goes out, because I've protected him from this COVID thing. I'm like, we don't talk about COVID, we don't talk about anything. I've protected him totally, but I can't protect him from the world outside. So if he takes off his mask, and the school authorities are going to just punish him, probably not directly, but by constantly telling him there's a red card because you're not putting a mask on, I as a mother have to deal with that as well now, because of what's going to happen. And in spite of that, I'm trying to show up, because I have suddenly realized that it's so important, because I would be totally lost. I would not know, because there's so many stuff that goes on in my head trying to deal with them. This has become my happy space now, even if it's online. This has become my happy space, because even if I've had the whole night on, I was on the whole night, I was breastfeeding him, my children were just fed breakfast, I'm still showing up here, because it's for me first, because I suddenly feel, all lit up. And that's why this project. Debbie, I would like to ask you the next question here. You're a photographer, and I'm a photographer, and that's where, like, we understand this camera bit quite well. You always mentioned that you were missing and you were going behind the camera, in spite of camera being like your topmost thing in your life, being a photographer. And unbelievable that this project is attracting a lot of photographers who are all saying the same thing, that in spite of we knowing everything about how to show up, what's the good light, because a lot of mothers don't even know what good light is, angle is, we know everything, but we still go back and go behind the cameras. And then everybody will just tell me that, oh, because Shikha is not in this party because she was behind the camera. Oh, she's a photographer, right? Who else will take the picture? And I thought that was just because I was a photographer, but I actually didn't want to show up. Honestly, that was the reason I didn't want to, because I would just be in my tight bun behind the camera with my pajamas, because I've just like figured out a lot of things that happened to me when the first child hit me. So just let's discuss about that experience, because there are a lot of photographers here as well who are going to be joining us in the book. This whole experience, let's talk about that, because you've already done it in the interview, but let's talk about that and what you felt about it.
Well, so do you want to see it from my point of view or what I
Yes,
seen
absolutely.
other people do?
No, your point of view.
What I did. Okay, so I actually just didn't find any other photographer that took photos like I did. So I was more that storyteller, lifestyle photography, where I was celebrating who they were. And I actually was part of a union, I guess, that actually thought my way of photographing was wrong. So it was really hard for me because I was being judged, because if you weren't lining everybody up in the perfect, posed photo, it wasn't going to win an award, where I was all about telling the story. Who is that mother? Who is that child? Who are they as a unit? And so I actually just couldn't find anybody that would take images for me, that would tell the story of who I was. I wasn't interested in posing for a photo. That didn't tell anybody anything about me, so I really didn't want to do it. But say if we were in a family event, just at a wedding or something, and somebody grabbed the photo camera and took an image of me, I did find it hard. I did find it hard to, the story in my mind was, oh, what do I look like? And what are they thinking? And will I even print that photo? Like, a lot of negative self-talk was happening. And interesting enough, I actually really enjoyed it when kids grabbed the camera, because I felt like kids actually see you from that unconditional love place, which was the same place that I was coming from when I was taking images. So I matched them more than I did if an adult said, smile, and then they took forever and you're smiling like this forever. And you're like, ah, because the eyes tell the story, right? It's not just how you pose. You can see, I can do all the perfect poses for somebody, and if their eyes are saying, get this over with, I hate this moment, that's going to show through in the image.
Yeah. And then you told me in your interview that there was a time when all you wanted for Christmas was somebody to take your family photo. Like, you came to a point where it says, can I have one family photo? That was your Christmas gift. Always you've been wanting somebody who can take my Christmas photo. And but this is what my story is about, being a photographer. I've given a lot of gyan about, because my work is very spontaneous as well. If whoever's seen my work, it's very spontaneous, it's very loving, etc. And I have given big lectures to mothers on my photo shoot. Come on, look at you, you're so gorgeous, blah 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 blah. It's only, and honestly, when I went into the space of with space with Kara, I realized it even more, that actually all that was like the latest word with Tony Robbins is BS. That's what everybody keeps using everywhere. It's actually that, because honestly, this whole if, and I'm a visual person, and that's why I explain everything visually, is that every time I saw my picture, like I saw these chat boxes that you see that get light up like that, in all the events. I saw so many chats, and I knew exactly who's going to be writing what, who's going to be writing what, who's going to, in a fraction of a second. Not something that I realized that it happened, but I just saw these like chats going up, and that's why I'm like, I think you are a very horrible photographer. Let me take your picture, and I would just like quietly slip behind, because I would always think, and I still till date today, I keep saying the same thing that you're saying, that I don't think so anybody can take pictures the way I do. So I'm going to be waiting for a photographer who takes the picture the way I do. And it's happened for very long to me as well, where I realized that you still have the camera, you still are one of the best. It's just, and you know what happened? That suddenly when I started this project, and I had these horrible pictures going up, but when I could solve the chatter, I started taking such great pictures of myself just the way I took of other people. And I don't know what happened. My hair was like, I've just had a haircut. It's oily today, I'm still showing up. But my hair was the same, my dark circles were the same. And as Maya said it, everything was same, but everything changed. Like she had said that. Like everything was same, but everything changed. And suddenly I'm like, wow, I'm gorgeous, man. I'm look at my face. And then suddenly on the other side, because I had this big chatter about my hair, which were very good quality before I became a mom, all the time going on that my hair are bad and whatever. On the other side, people started commenting, oh, we love your hair. And I'm like, what? Really? I hate them. And then that's what happened. And in fact, even Kavita's interview, she's like, your hair gives it all, that you're an amazing person. I'm like, really? I hate them. But what happens is that I think I started seeing myself the way I started seeing the world. And that's why this movement became even more closer, because I was nowhere saying that nobody can see. I don't want anybody to see me the way I see the world. I want to see myself the way I see myself, the way I'm seeing the world. If I am known for seeing the world with light, I want to see myself in the same light. And only light is shining through me. Only things are getting better. And I don't know. That's why I say I don't even want to look behind, because I look behind, I'm like, oh my God, so many people are there saying the same thing. So that's the blessing. Francis, we will take on to you. And we have Francis. Sometimes we feel that she's an introvert, but she's absolutely full of love. She's such a loving person. And I'm absolutely, absolutely thrilled to join hands with her in every interview and cheer up mothers who are interviewing. Francis, you just said as well that the word when I said photo comes into mind, and you said scary. And life is scary for you. But you've done it, and we've done it. So, would you like to add about that? Now, I think out of all of us, you're trying to show up very recently online. And what does it feel with this new avatar that you're getting? What does it feel to now be in a panel discussion? How does it feel to be sitting with women and saying, I will inspire you 100 moms how to show up? How does it feel like that? What do you feeling right now?
I'm going to be honest that if you'd have said this to me 2 months ago, about 2 months ago, I would have been like, I can't do this. But by being surrounding it is so true to surround yourself with a circle that supports you. And so because I am in a circle, not only with Kara, it's a coach, and the people in the group, in our group, but also in my life, I was so blessed that I was just able to cultivate that circle, because I grew up with such self-doubt. Everybody thought I was a strong person because I was this big person that when I walked in the room, you knew I was there. But there was so much doubt in me but now, because of that, leading with my heart and not with my head, I am more present than ever, but quiet with it, because I am taking things in. And becoming a parent helped me to do that, because Jaden was 3.5 when I adopted him. And I did think that because I've been working with families, and things like that, but I got such a surprise because I couldn't give him back. He was there, it was like, what's for dinner? I had to, figure these things out. But that was one of the things that I knew. I was on a journey before, but I knew that it was not just a journey I had to be on. I had to get to a place of acceptance, because I did not want him to feel the way I felt when I was growing up. I didn't want my burdens or my doubts to be his burdens, his doubts. And so that's one of the things that that's why I'm showing up, because this is not just for me, it's for him too. And it's not just for him, it's for other families, other people, other moms that have gone through what I've gone through, to let them know that it's not the end, that you can get there. So it's a humbling experience to be among great women, but that you're with great women when they accept you and they want you to get better, you know. But if you're with people that are saying to you, you wait, let me do this, and you come in later and stuff like that, that's not helping you. They want you to stay in the cheap seats so that they can get what they can get. So that's what I love about this. Is like everybody is truly empowering and helping everybody. Like Sheikah sent me a text the other night, and she was like, don't answer this until in the morning. And I was like, okay. And I forgot to answer it in the morning, but that's another story. But it's like, but I know she apologized to me for something about, she was like, she was pushing me. And I was like, no, I know that is love. That 4-letter word, push, love. That her push is love. It's not her trying to push me off of a cliff. She's trying to push me to fly. And I know that. And that's what you need to do when you build that circle. You want people that when they're pushing you is because they want you to fly, not because they want you to land in a splat kind of thing, you know? So yeah, it's just a humbling experience to be around such great women, but it's such an uplifting because it shows me not that I can be better than anybody else, but I can be me and succeed. So yeah.
And Francis, like, your voice is like giving me this enthusiasm that's coming, because this voice needs to show. Look at her voice. It even Melanie, I say this, like when they start speaking, my God, both of you, in Francis, look at, like, if this voice doesn't show up online in this noise, which voice will? Look at her voice, how she's calm, like everything is offered like a little offering, and every word is like offered with so much grace. And I love that, Francis. And
Thank you.
I keep like I will ask something to Francis, and then Francis will immediately reply. So I keep telling her, go to sleep, you're not supposed to reply, it's my morning, it's your evening, you're not supposed to reply, just go off to sleep. Yes,
Is
Kara.
it weird that she can never tells me not to friggin' answer? She's like, anytime she doesn't tell me to go to sleep. She doesn't care about my sleep.
Yeah, no, because it's a chain, right? We all are holding hands. So I'm holding Francis' hand, you're holding my hands. If I leave your hand, then what is, like, this chain is going to
It
just
better
get,
be up.
yeah. It's that way. And taking from there, I always, like, this another question I want to ask all of you. I think we can go on because this is so beautiful what's going on, but we need to give grace to people who want to watch this in the end and say, why are they going on and not?
Yes.
So we want to keep it short. But this one question I want to ask you, and I think I'm trying to be very smart here. You know that I am right now pushing my 25 women to give me the portraits, and I'm pushing my 25 women to give the stories, because I'm telling all of them, interview was just the introduction. The real movie is like waiting right there. It's just a trailer. The movie is in the book. So I'm going to ask all of you, and I'm going to start with mine. I'm going to start with the picture that comes to me. I'm going to tell you to describe. Take, like, while I'm talking, you all can take your description of like that one page that unfolds, that one page which is there, which is yours. It's not going to be just faces coming up there. There's one story that you have to tell about you. What is that story? So we'll start with all six of us today telling our, what is the first, it can change, it might change totally. But today when you're sitting here, and I say that tomorrow is the book getting launched, give me your pictures right now, and I tell you to go and take your self-portrait. What is that picture going to be? I'm going to talk about mine while all of you think about what your self-portrait is going to be, and then I'm hoping to see it coming alive very soon. And to tell you the audience, I see myself, this picture comes every morning to me. I'm just lying down on the ground with my big lens camera holding, hugging the camera, and I have these big portraits of mothers and children and breastfeeding and other things right light next to me, and there's a top angle of me just surrounded by pictures of mothers, because my life has been and my pictures speak so much love. So I'll print my pictures, the new moms, and I'm just surrounded by that and my camera, because that's my world. And I thought I would, like, my picture would be me, my children, because I'm obsessed with them. But actually, I don't know, that picture doesn't come. My picture comes of me lying down with my camera and mums and all their children surrounded with big picture. It's a black and white. Thanks, Melanie. It's going to be a black and white. It's going to be a spotlight on me. And then there's a big picture opens up on my page of me, my camera, and these huge posters, which I'm trying to print right now to get the right angle and etc. to get that picture on. So that is most likely going to be my story, because every time I shut my eyes, I see myself uh, as a mom supporting many moms. And maybe in that picture, my kids' picture would be there, some of the pictures, but that could be my camera that I'm going to be holding and not my kids. And it's a big thing for me to say that, because I've arrived there where I'm holding something that's showing me the world. So that's for me. Kara, let's go to you. What do you see yourself as a picture?
So I guess I'm stuck on, and now you can coach me, but I'm stuck on, is this a self-portrait or just a picture that I see representing myself?
It's a self portrait, and I had put a Zoom session in the champion saying that self portrait is anything that describes you at that moment.
Okay.
It could be just your hands, it could be just your story, it could be
Okay.
anything that describes you and your story, not a portrait of you necessarily. It could be
Okay.
a portrait, but not necessarily.
Right. Okay. So when you said to close your eyes, what I see is me with like thousands of women in a circle, just me little, and then this like coil of women. I get emotional when I think about it. Because I really am looking to create an army of love soldiers. And that's what I see. I see me with all of these women, all of you, who are all leading like this. And just in absolute full gratitude of the immense love that we hold when we are together like that. But I see me with like just thousands of women, like we're just like almost holding one another in a circle that just continues and continues and continues and continues. But it's like my whole heart is in that. That's absolutely what I see. 100%.
Wow. And two of them are sitting in this chat room right here. Two of your love soldiers are sitting right here, Kara. And
I know. Feels
see
good.
what's happening. See what's happening. The love is just increasing. So it's becoming real. And I'm telling everyone that my dream is becoming that these dreams will come true. Once they go in this book, I will make sure that these are manifested. So I'm manifesting it for you. Two are sitting here, 3 more joining you very soon in from this 5 chat, and many more. So okay, that made me emotional as well. Debbie, what does your picture look like?
Sarah, that was beautiful, as
Yeah.
well as Shika. I loved yours. So Shika, you know that I have said to you, I get 2 visions. I have the vision of me standing on stage where you're actually seeing the back of me, and I'm seeing all the women, all of the people out there. And it's that empowering you. It's not about me. That's why you're seeing the back of me. But I also see the other side of telling the story of all the things I'm juggling. So we have a farm, which I'm very big part of it. And I have to grab grandchildren, and I have to do Zoom calls, and I have to manage from the accounting or the oil field side of it. And so I'm juggling a lot of things. And so I see that too, with that image of, 2 babies on my hip and a computer in front of me and a camera station there that's videotaping me and the cows in the background. And I know that I don't know how that'll actually look if we try to pull it
Oh,
off,
it look amazing.
but I do see that as happening. So we'll see.
I absolutely aligned with that, and I've mentioned it to you when you told me, because to tell the audience, like why I say Debbie is coming everywhere. I go to Maya's, there's Debbie coming up. I go to Lucy's, Debbie coming up. It comes to my interview, Debbie coming up. So she's so much on Zoom, and it's not this one comment she'll drop. She'll not drop one comment. Every sentence you'll drop, she will be just chatting and typing, and then every time I've tried to speak to her, I have a granddaughter hanging around. I don't know how she's doing it. She's chatting and typing, and she's rocking, and then she's looking, and then she suddenly told me, "Oh, I just woke up with cows looking at me from the window." I was just like, the cows had to be part of your day, because everybody knows this chatting Debbie who comes, and they think Debbie has nothing better to do but to just keep chatting and lighting up the chat. But people really need to know that she has like 5 cows who peep and say my food, and she has a granddaughter, and she has kids around, and she's juggling all that. And I want that Debbie to show up for the world, because that's the power of showing. Like, look at what showing up means. Everybody's showing up with kids, she's also showing up with cows. If the cows are not part of this, Debbie, then, and that's why I said, Debbie, I have to come and meet you, because I want to see that. Like, we sitting in city, can't even imagine you taking care of a farm, but like, who is telling us that we can't show up to chat up, to light up people's chat? And I'm absolutely learning that from you, that in spite of so much juggling, in spite of your own community, in spite of attending all Tony Robbins events, and being a moderator, she was a moderator in the summit recently, doing so much, and then still saying, so I see that picture for sure. I definitely think your farm, your granddaughter, your laptop, your lights, your chat, everything needs to come into picture, because these are the that like this book is that story that will make people know more about you. But I think that will stop that page. It's like, yeah, there's a laptop, but what is the cow doing behind? And that will stop on Devi and then the book, because we need to be people to stop to see that this is what it takes to show up. This is what it takes to show up. So thank you, Debbie, for showing up with your full energy all the time. Kavita, let's go on to you. What do you see as a picture?
I see freedom. So
Freedom.
for me, it's about, I don't know how the picture is going to be, but I see myself standing, and I think we are prisoners of our own mind, and all the limitations that we set are limitations set by us, not by the universe. So I see me looking up and all these limitations just floating away, from self doubt to validation to living in a cage to saying we can't do things. So I want to see all that flying away. I see butterflies. For me, something butterfly has been a very um, it's been a symbol that I've been talking about a lot in the last 2 months. So I see butterflies around me. I see freedom. And I want all women who say they can't do something to understand they can do it. They just have to make up their own mind. And that's all I want to see in freedom. Very simple picture I want.
Yeah. All these pictures are going to be simple but very powerful. So I'm going to
Yeah.
help you with this, Kavita, and I'm going to make the, because I'm here helping you as a visual coach, if I may say. I don't use that word still for me, but yeah, the visual coach who's going to help these 100 moms to at least technically as well align the stories. And I absolutely, there's a picture coming. It's not clear right now, but I'll get back to you. And I know you love
Yes,
photography
please.
as well, and we
I
will love
love,
that picture.
I love.
She looks gorgeous. Like she looks so stunning when she comes in the picture. And Melanie, okay, she's a queen of pictures recently in last 1 month. The amount of pictures Melanie has put is just unbelievable. So Melanie has to tell me, you are the most trained here to do this, Melanie, right now, to to do this.
Well, you said it, and I was just trying to think about what my image would be. And I'm very much about transforming a generation, parenting that genius within us. And then you keep making reference to my pictures of having this kind of like queen-like status kind of look. So I think I'm very much going to embody that, because
Oh,
I think we're claiming and we're taking back our power, our belief in ourselves and our strength. And that's what I want us as parents and as children to have as well. So something that represents that seed of success that we've sowed in ourselves, So I'm claiming my queendom, and that along with with the children and the parents around. So I'm not quite sure of the composition as of yet. I'm going to talk to you some more about that, but it's definitely going to be a powerhouse picture, in the sense of where us as mothers and I want our children represented in there, where we have claimed our power and our belief, and we're confident and strong in ourselves, and we know what it is that we're going to go forth and do. So I think it is very much something that holds that queen power.
you know what was happening to me
So
right now? I don't
I
know
can see,
what was
I can see
happening.
the
Like I
little
could
shit.
just
I
see,
can see
I
that.
could feel
Yeah.
you, and I could just
Yeah.
like I saw myself posing like a queen, because
Yeah.
that's what queens do. Like that's the like the photographer, when you tell somebody to be like a queen, and then so I don't know what was happening to me. I was just like,
I could see the movement as I was
yeah,
talking. I was like, oh, okay,
because
it's hitting, it's
because the
hitting.
more you
Yeah.
said that word, I kept on feeling
Mm-hmm.
you, and I kept on saying that. Uh,
Yeah.
that's
Because
the
I
queen.
think
That's
that's it.
that's
That's
the
it. We're
pose of the
claiming up.
queen, and
Yeah.
that's what happened. And something crazy is happening to me. I might start jumping in the middle of interviews if something happens to me. Just forgive that if something like that happens while talking to people. So Francis, let's do that, and then we will wrap up the interview. It's such a beautiful morning for me. Thank you for so much light for this book. Yes, Francis.
Well, when I think of it, I think of the dandelion, because it is the freedom. You've got your circle, and then when you go out, and I purposely have this painted, and it's three. It's for my God, Jaden, and myself. So, and then it's that three, but it's also, as a parent, it's the strength, me and Jaden. It's that freedom that you gain from your circle, but then you're able to go out and it's a seed. So you plant it other places. So that's my vision of So yeah.
I'll help you with that as well. I'm getting pictures. Oh my God, you know what? I was just thinking, oh God, I have to shut this and go down because there's some ceremony and there's a lot of this thing. I don't want to leave this room right now
Yeah,
because
today is a
I'm
festival.
so, yeah, I'm so full.
Mm.
I'm so full of light right now that I'm like, let me just save it before I spend it. I'm getting very possessive about this light right now that I've just received. So did you
Sure.
all just see what happened to this, yeah, Kavita? Just like the 6 pages that came alive in the thing. Can you just imagine what this book is going to be? I just wanted everybody to have a taste of it. I just wanted everybody to have a taste of it. Yes, Kavita.
I just want to compliment the women that are here. I mean, Kara, the first time I just saw your pictures, your energy, it's just unbelievable. I don't think I have met anyone like you. I mean, not even 1/10 of the energy I've met anyone like you. So amazing. And Debbie, like Shika said, you are there everywhere doing so many things, and I don't know how you show up. I don't know how you have the energy to say the right thing to the right person at the right time. And you are creating that ripple effect of getting all of us to do the same thing. And all of us have excuses, right? I'm too busy, this, that, but you show up, and really thank you for that. Melanie, I'm in love with you. Okay. I saw your pictures and I said, why is she not on Vogue or some magazine? Because you represent the real woman, and you are so in India, we have a word called bindas. Like, you don't care. Like you're just there, just showing up. And really, you should get an agent and see if you can get on one of these magazines. You should. Your
Melanie,
light
can you
just
imagine what's coming from
shines.
her mouth right now? Melanie,
It's
Yes, Queen.
amazing.
4 months
She is
back
really
I
the
met
queen.
Melanie
I
and
have
she
goosebumps.
she was in a Zoom session with me and I said, hey Melanie, I love what you're talking, I love your voice. Just switch on your camera. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah, just switch on your camera. And she's
Oh
like,
my gosh.
no,
It's
I
just,
don't think so. And then she started putting her head. She's like, I'm sorry, but you're really pushing me. Like I pushed her as well, and I was like, you're
yeah.
really pushing me. And look at Melanie. This is what I said. That Melanie, you don't even know who you like. Like
Yeah.
look at
You don't know
how
your
you be.
power.
The minute you stepped in, the minute you started showing your picture, the minute you become the queen that you always was for the world outside. Look at how you are seeing. You are being invited to be part of Vogue. Like she's manifesting it for you right now.
I'm just saying you
Oh,
deserve,
Look at that,
wow.
you
Melanie. At
just
the age
look
of
so
50, what a
amazing.
great gift. What a great
Yeah.
gift for you.
Yeah. And Francis, I just
Wow.
met you today and I just love your energy. It's like an angel
Yeah.
talking. I mean, like
Yeah, she
I
is.
can just go to bed listening to you. So maybe you should do some meditation videos or something, and
Yeah.
just listening to your voice is so mesmerizing. It's like, and I believe every word you say because you're saying it with such
So much love.
conviction, and your
Yeah.
intention is so pure that it just makes sense. So thank you for that.
Thank
And
you.
Shika, you are the bomb. I mean, I don't know how
I don't
you envision, how many lives, how many interviews. I'm like, where does she get the energy? And now I know you said Kara is your coach. So obviously there is some connection there, and you guys are, and it's being transferred. You can say that. And
Yeah.
because you were not like this when I met you 2.5 months ago. And I'm like, what happened to her? So Kara,
So
you have
just
transferred
to
some of that. So,
absolutely, Kara pushed it, and that's what a lot of people are seeing like this, seeing this me after 8 years, Kara. I've
very
become
nice.
this me after 8 years because now I'm getting calls from my old friends. It's like, where were you for 8 years? Suddenly we see you back, and this is how I used to have this. Like I was never guilty of having ideas. I was never guilty of. So it's only when I became a mom I started thinking that I have to stop this. I have to not do it. I don't have to do it. I will be thought as a crazy person, a crazy mom who's not dressing up, who's just has this camera. I had this. I have this. I don't know whether it's here or not. There's this check scarf I used to wear. Kavita. It's to be a check Scottish scarf I used to wear every single day of my life for my shoots. Every single day. And
Wow.
I would just have this black top, my hair going wild, my car, which was like my office, with negatives and camera and everything. Nobody could enter and sit in my car if I had to offer them ride because it was full of that stuff.
I
And I
can
would be
see.
just driving around, and my grandmom used to tell me that I think when you're going to get married, you're going to be sent back because in India, like, they said, you're going to be sent back to my house and said, Ki, what have you done to this girl? She didn't have a mother. And she kept on telling me this. She didn't have a mother. That's why you raised her. That's why it's like that. So she was very worried.
Oh,
And she passed away just a year before I got married. And my mom in law is very, very proud of me. But so I think I became, like, the minute I got married and then I got this, I was just like, I can't be this, like Jamile says, the wild woman that I was. And I started, like, becoming like, after that, I never stepped out after 7 o'clock in the night. I used to reach home at 2 o'clock in the night. Then I started doing, and then the baby came. That the whole episode of my mom not being there dawned on me. That took me down. Then I was just like, my God, I can't leave my baby, because this whole thing of me being a baby, like mother to my baby, that I didn't have. And then it just kept on going on. Then the second one came, the COVID came, and then flat. I was just like, I'm so not like there. And then I was going through, but something, the light, which is, if it's there, it just keeps sticking you, right? So it was sticking me, and I'm like, okay, online is the world. And I struggled for 6 months. And of course, Brittany was there trying to be very patient. I tell her that I was moving at a snail's pace. Like, she would just come up, and I was just like, the person you're seeing is not there. And then one fine day, I'm like sleepy, and I see Kara's thing about money mindset. And I'm like, maybe I don't earn money because of my money mindset. Okay, I'll go to Dr. Kara. So like, that's how then I met her. And it was not about money mindset. I don't know, Kara, she was crying in the first time I met her, she was crying, I was crying, and I'm like, and then I remember she also went live and saying, this woman, I'm working for her, like with her for sure. I know it, because she comes right now or later. And then I saw that live, I'm like, fine, that's the next clue. So that's what I'm saying, that I've come back with clues after clues after clues. But the first decision was to come back. And now what you're seeing me was that now what's happening is, earlier it was one clue, 6 months, second clue, another month, third clue. Now it's 2 hours, 5 hours, 3 hours, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, clues and clues and clues and clues. And I'm just like, I can pick this up, I can pick this up, I can pick this up, I can pick this up. And that's how I met you. You were a clue as well, Kavita. Kavita was a clue just before this event. And like Kara was doing it, then Kavita became a clue because she said, I want to do your interview. I was like, after 8 years, somebody wants to do an interview. I've been missing for 8 years. Why would somebody want to do an interview for me? And she said, I don't know what happened. There were a couple of names in front of me, but I wanted to talk to you. And then I spoke to her. We connected. We did this interview, and I said, okay, fine. I started. The minute I heard myself back, like she did it. Like one of the reasons why I do Kavita's, I share her. When anybody asks me something about me today, I said, go see Kavita's interview, because she was weaving it by love, like love after love. Every little detail I spoke about my life, she weaved it. She put my pictures in. So what she was doing, she doesn't even know, was this broken girl, she had put her back into an interview and made her stand there and said, oh, these are all the pieces you had. It was just broken and lying down there. Just their back. And she just put it there. Kara gave me the strength. Brittany gave me the strategy. Debbie came in. Melanie was there. Now Frances has joined in, and there's so many mothers. And I'm just saying that it sometimes takes clues after clues and holding after holding and holding. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. And today I feel unstoppable. Today I feel finally it's not me who's come back here. It's so many of them. And that's the only message I keep giving. When the clue comes, pick it up. Don't question it. Don't question the clue, because even if it's uncomfortable, pick up that clue and move forward. So I'm saying each one of you are my clues, and I only picked up and opened. I'm like, yes, 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 yes. And there I've reached today with not what I planned to when I started last year. It's been a year. It's taken me a year to come back. But I'm back, and I'm glad I'm in this space. And thank you so much for all of you loving me. And thank you, Kavita, for that interview. I will always share that.
Thank you.
Not for any other reason, because of the love that you put. Every 10 minutes calling me saying that, oh, give me that picture. Oh, give me your childhood picture now. Oh, give me that picture. What did you do first? So anybody, I keep saying her that you should interview all these women.
Definitely.
She will bring your life with so much love, collect it together and put it in her interview. So thank you so much. And this is beautiful. And absolutely, I saw the 6 pages. Thanks to all of you today. And I'm waiting for 100 pages like that, with cows and photos and queens and dandelions and Karas. I'm seeing these pictures and these symbols coming together, and then we'll celebrate together. Cynthia is here. Cynthia's woken up. Cynthia's going to start chatting up. Cynthia's another one who loves chatting up like Francis does. So thank you. We start the next leap again today. We are getting Terry Wilson on. She's an energy coach, another really beautiful person. Like, she made me cry when I did it. So if you can tune in for an interview, she's just amazing. So Terry Wilson is on as a 27th mom. And now I'll see all of you in celebration with my 50th mom reached and I go back to my work for next 25 days. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
Love you
you.
guys.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
I'm
Great.
Thank
gonna
you
go.
It's
all for
been
being here.
wonderful.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
just
you.
going to
Thank you,
go
Shika. I
off my
love you.
stream. Love you too, guys.